Hey, today I am in Bedford Stuyvesant. Bedford Stuyvesant, named partly after Peter Stuyvesant. Peter Stuyvesant used to be governor or director general of New Amsterdam, which incorporated New York and New Jersey under the Dutch, the colonial Dutch, when they ruled here before New York was taken away by the British. So the Dutch were here first, and they named this area, they call it New Netherlands. And New York, like Manhattan, was called New Amsterdam. And here in Brooklyn, Brooklyn is named after Brooklyn in the Netherlands. You can check it out. So is Harlem. Harlem is a Dutch word. And we got areas in Brooklyn like New Utrecht, for example. That's a place that's named after a place in the Netherlands too. And anyway, so here I am. This is Nostrand Avenue right over there. And that's Nostrand Avenue here. This is Fulton Street here. You can see the green market. I'm going to walk around a little and we can see what's going on here in Bedford Stuyvesant. Bedford Stuyvesant back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, very notorious, known for a lot of crime, guns, still makes it in the news. This area, I believe, I wouldn't say I think it's kind of gentrified. But mostly you still see a lot of black people, black Americans, black people from the Caribbean. But the rents are not the same like they used to be. You see a lot of police cars out there. So this is the business area. This is Kentucky Fried Chicken right here. Walk here, Fulton Dental. The Bravo Supermarket.
Hello, more pot. Anything still going on? Anything still going on? I'm just going to go downstairs and see what's going on. Like I said, my job is different. I want to investigate.
This is where the B44 select bus comes. The select bus, before you board that bus, you have to get a ticket. You have to pay your fare first from a machine. Otherwise, if you're bored and you don't have that ticket, the conductor can give you a fine. So I came up on the B25 bus, and if I go back within 2 hours, 18 minutes, I can go back for free using the A or the C train to go home. This stop right here. We have Taco here, Taco Bell. Liberty Tax Service. This is the time of the year when people are doing their tax returns, so, you know, Today is January the 14th, 2021. A lot of restaurants are closed. There you can see El Rincon de Macon. That's a Spanish and American food restaurant. I'm gonna walk down this block so you get an idea what how Bedford Stuyvesant looks. You see the brownstones building here. You go back to the 1970s, this neighborhood was really, the houses here were less expensive. You could buy a house probably like for $38,000 in those days. Now, much more expensive.
I know, but look, the roll on.
You see these steps here. When these buildings were built, and this is going back in the early 20th century, or maybe more, people didn't really live that long. People died like in their 50s because the average person who gets to be 70, 75 would have a hard time climbing these stairs, don't you think? You know? If you're 75 years old, do you think you can climb those stairs every day? No, you can't. You see? So people died, by the time they were in the mid-50s, most people died. So we're walking in Macon Street, which is 1 block north of Fulton. So this is how it looks here on the other side. Nothing like what you see. And look over there, open space. All this is Bedford Stuyvesant. Looks like a community garden here.